Hello YouTube, my name is Big Boy Snatch on TV, aka Wakanda Snatch one because I got playing around. As you can tell by the time of the thumbnail in the video, this is my WWE NXT review on high. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please full watch the entire video from all the way from the beginning all towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling review content that I do on the channel because I'm on the road to 12K before March. Follow my social media down below in the description and go check out my WWE Raw review on highs that I do on the channel. And thank you guys so much for coming out to my live stream for my WWE NXT watch along live reaction party. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. Now, WWE NXT was a way better show than last week's show, and that's all I got to say. It says, welcome to the wrestling results for WWE NXT on January 27, 2026. Coming to you live from the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. Shaquan Sugars and Oris Griffin of Dark State will be putting the NXT Tag Team Championships on the line for the first time since retaining against Hank Walker and Tank Langer at a NXT Live event on December 13th as they defend against OTM Bronco Nima and Lewis and Price. Nima and Lewis and Price made it clear during last week's Tuesday edition of NXT that they had their eyes on the NXT Tag Team Championships, putting them on notice in the parking lot of the Performance Center. With the six pack ladder match to crown a new NXT Championship right around the corner on February 3rd. The final entrance will be determined tonight as Keanu Carver squares off with Andre Chase. While Joe Hendry takes on regaining Evolve champion and Vanity Project member Jackson Drake, and Miles Bourne takes on Shaquan Sugars and Oris Griffin's stablemate Dion Lennox and a trio of qualifiers. All through Shallow Hill and Sean Legacy defeated Josh Briggs and Eli Knight respectively to secure their spot in the February 3rd match. NXT General Manager Ava automatically inserted former NXT Champion Ricky Saints into the match. We are live. Vic Joseph and Hall of Famer Booker T greet audience at home as Ava finds Vanity Project standing over a laid out Joe Hendry and Jackson Drake holding a chair. Vanity Project insists that they didn't attack Joe Hendry, as Ava is informed that Tony D'Angelo just put up outside the Performance Center. You already know Jackson Drake attacked Joe Hendry with that steel chair. That's why he did it. And that's all I gotta say. Ricky Saints then joins the announcer desk as Dark State makes their way to the ring. OTM follows. So we get the first match. Dark State accompanied by Cutler James versus OTM for the NXT Tag Team Championships. This was a good tag team match. Alright. Shaquan Sugars and Bronco Nima begin the action. The bell rings and the two lock up. They go back and forth with one another, but Lewis Price tags in and levels Shaquan Sugars with the headbutt. Oris Griffin tags in, but Nima tags back in on his side. Level Oris Griffin with an arm drag. OTM then sends Oris Griffin and Shaquan Sugars crashing into the mat face first. And the later two men take a second to regroup on the outside. Shaquan Sugars looks to land a kick on Nima's midsection back in the ring, but Oris Griffin sneaks up behind Nima and blindsides him from behind. We see Hank Walker and Tank Langer watching the action from backstage as Price pins Griffin. Oris Griffin kicks out, but Shaquan Sugars tags back in and runs down Price. Oris Griffin then tags back in, but Price takes out him and Shaquan Sugars with a body slam each. Nima tags back in and runs over Shaquan Sugars with a shoulder tackle, then follows it up with the Three Amigos. Price tags back in, but Nima catches Oris Griffin with a curve stomp during the commercial break before he tagged back in. Shaquan Sugars tags in on his side and roll up Nima, but Nima kicks out and Oris Griffin fires off right hands and an uppercut on him. Orange Griffin runs over Nema with an uppercut, but Shaquan Sugar runs down Nema's leg back from the break. Orange Griffin and Nema then levels one another with crossbodies, but Price tags back in and takes out both Shaquan Sugar and Orange Griffin with clotheslines. He delivers alternating clotheslines to Shaquan Sugar and Orange Griffin in opposite corners. Then sends Shaquan Sugar crashing on the top of Orange Griffin with the U-range. Price pins Shaquan Sugar, but Orange Griffin breaks the fall as we see Vanity Project. It says as we see runs over Nema with an uppercut, but Shaquan Sugar red down Nema's leg back from the break. Orange Griffin and Nema then levels one another with cross bodies, but Price tags back in and takes out both Shaquan Sugar and Orange Griffin with their clothesline. He delivers a alternating clothesline to Shaquan Sugar and Orange Griffin in opposite corners. Then sends Shaquan Sugar crashing on the top of Orange Griffin with the U-range. Price pins Shaquan Sugar, but Orange Griffin breaks the fall as we see Vanity Project boldly to ringside backstage. Hank Walker and Tate Laggard take notice and follows them. Vanity Project then emerges at ringside and hop on the apron, opening the door for Shaquan Sugar to roll up Price for the win with his feet on the ropes. The winner of the match is still your WWE NXT Tag Team Champions, Dark State. But Vanity Project stuck their nose in OTM's business, and that's all I gotta say. It says, after the match, Vanity Project, Walker, Lager, and OTM began brawling. Chase U joins in, but Sean Spears and Nico Vice sneaks up behind Dark State in the ring and blindside Shaquan Sugar, Orange Griffin, and Color James. Sean Spears and Nico Vance couple team on Orange Griffin, standing tall over him and Shaquan Sugar. So I believe that Nico Vance and Sean Spears are the next NXT Tag Team Champions. And that's all I gotta say. Nakia Lyons then makes her way to the ring. Jada Parker follows. So we get Jada Parker versus Nakia Lyons. And this was a squash match, but I'm glad Jada Parker won. Everybody's right behind Jada Parker, and all eyes is on Jada Parker. And that's all I gotta say. I'm a big fan of Jada Parker. The battle rings and the two lock up. Jada Parker rocks Nakia Lyons with their shoulder block, then wears her down with a submission hold and transitions into a pinfall. Nakia Lyons kicks out and rains down forearms on Jada Parker, then levels her with right hands and goes for a pin. Jada Parker kicks out, but Nakia Lyons takes her down with a suplex and a powerbomb. Jada Parker and Nakia Lyons then rock one another with forearms, then connects with her signature hip attack on Nakia Lyons in the corner and follows it up with a pump handle sit out powerbomb for the win. The winner of the match, Jada Parker. This was a squash match, but I'm glad Jada Parker won. After the match, Blake Moreau appears on the Tigertron and says no one gets away with taking a spotlight from her before telling Jada Parker that she'll see her soon. Jada Parker responds by telling Blake Moreau that she knows where to find her. Alright, so we get Dion Lennox then makes his way to the ring. Back from the break, we head over to a conversation between Vanity Project and Ava. Ava automatically puts Justin Drake in the NXT Championship six-man ladder match next week, but says Joe Hendry will also be inserted into it if he's medically cleared. Alright, so we get back at ringside. Miles Bourne makes his way out. So we get Miles Bourne versus Dion Lennox in a NXT Championship ladder match qualifier. And this match right here, I ain't gonna lie, this was a decent match for what it was. The bell rings and the two lock up. They take turns wearing one another down with submission holds, but Miles Bourne connects with a drop kick on Dion Lennox, and Dion Lennox whips him into the corner. He lands a splash on him, then whips Miles Bourne into the corner and lands another splash on him. Miles Bourne lands a pair of uppercuts on Dion Lennox in opposite corner, but Dion Lennox clotheslines Miles Bourne out of the ring as Ethan Page emerges at ringside. Miles Bourne sends Dion Lennox crashing into the ring steps. Shoulder first, then goes for a pin, but Dion Lennox kicks out. During the commercial break, Miles Bourne delivers a suplex to Deion Lennox. Deion Lennox runs over Miles Bourne with a clothesline and rains down right hands on him. Then spikes him with a DDT and goes for a pin. Miles Bourne kicks out, but Deion Lennox delivers a double underhook suplex to him. Back from the break, Miles Bourne responds with a series of right hands to Deion Lennox and takes him out with a right hand. Then delivers a drop kick to him and connects with a suplex on him. Deion Lennox pins Miles Bourne, but the referee catches his feet on the ropes and stops his count. Ethan Page slides his North American Championship belt to Miles Bourne and distracts the referee as he tries to get Miles Bourne to use it. The referee catches Miles Bourne with the North American Championship, open the door for Deion Lennox to deliver a body slam to Miles Bourne for the win. The winner of the match, Deion Lennox. Now I can already tell that Ethan Page is going to go up to the main roster and he's going to go to Monday Night Raw. Like I already said, Ethan Page is a great heel with great chemistry. He knows how to cut a promo. He knows how to cut a good heel promo. And that's all I got to say. So Ethan Page is going up to Monday Night Raw when he gets called up on the main roster. And that's all I got to say. And I know that Oba Family has been called up to the main roster, so Oba Family is automatically on Monday Night Raw. But when Oba Family debuts on Monday Night Raw, Oba Family is going to be a problem. And that's all I got to say. After the match, Ethan Page berates Miles Bourne and grabs the North American Championship belt from Ethan Page and clasps him with it. So are we going to see the next NXT North American Championship for Miles Bourne? We don't know. We will see. We then see Tony D'Angelo entering Abel's office as she talks with Ricky Sainz. After Ricky Sainz leaves, Abel admits that NXT needs Tony D'Angelo and asks him if he's in or out. D'Angelo says says she needed to get Abel attention somehow. Then says he'll reveal more about his intentions in NXT. So Abel don't want Tony D'Angelo Stash to get involved next week with interfering in people's matches. Back at ringside, Tavion Heights makes his way to the ring. Lexis King follows. So we get Tavion Heights versus Lexis King. This was the worst match of the night. We've seen this match plenty of times, but this was the worst match of the night, and this match was garbage. The bell rings and Lexis King looked to land a boot on Tavion Heights' midsection. Tavion Heights avoids it, but Lexis King levels him with a clothesline off the top rope. Goes for a pin. Tavion Heights rolls through and sends Lexis King crashing into the mat, but Lexis King managed to gain the upper hand. Ariana Grace and Channing Lorenzo emerged at ringside as Lexis King landed a chop on Tavion Heights. Tavion Heights rocks Lexis King with right hands, but Lexis King delivers a double boot to Tavion Heights' face. Tavion Heights gets Lexis King up on his shoulders and sends him crashing into the mat with the gorilla press. But Lexis King sends Tavion Heights crashing out of the ring and gets back inside to beat a 10 count from the referee. Lexis King then catches Tavion Heights with the coordination when he gets him back in the ring and pins him for the win. The winner of the match, Lexis King. This was the worst match of the night. This match was garbage, and that's all I gotta say. Zarya then makes her way to the ring. Dead Hell follows, and Easy Dame joins the announcer desk. But congratulations to Easy Dame for winning the NXT Women's North American Championship, which is well deserved. But anyway, let's move on. So we get the next match, Zarya versus Dead Hell. This was a solid match, and that's all I gotta say. The bell rings and Zarya shows up with Dead Hell. Dead Hell looks to chinch in a Kimura lock on Zarya, but Zarya avoids it and runs over Dead Hell with a shoulder tackle. Zarya levels Dead Hell with a back elbow and gets Dead Hell up on her shoulders. But Dead Hell escapes and sends Zarya crashing out of the ring with a drop kick. Dead Hell delivers a dive to level Zarya on the outside, and the two women return to the ring. Zarya sends Dead Hell crashing into the top rope face first and pins her, but Dead Hell kicks out. Zarya jams her knee into the back of Dead Hell's neck during the commercial break. Thea Hill runs over Thea Hill. It says commercial break. Then runs over Thea Hill with a clothesline and changes in a Texas clover leaf on her. Thea Hill escapes, but Zaria sends Thea Hill crashing into the corner, fires off shoulders on her midsection. Zaria then looks to fly off the ropes, but Thea Hill delivers a code breaker to her arm and rocks her with a headbutt. Thea Hill lands a back elbow on Zaria, but Zaria lands a back suplex on her. Thea Hill clinches in a Kimura lock on Zaria, but Zaria sends her crashing into the mat with a back body drop. She follows it up with a spear. Tatum passively sneaks up behind Easy Dame and lands a crossbody on her off the barricade. She chases Easy Dame to the back as Zaria watches opening the door. Zaria watches opening the door to Thea Hill to roll up Zaria for the win. The winner of the match, Thea Hill. This was a solid match what it was. After the match, Thea Hill extends her hand to Zaria. Fatal Flow's music hits, following Fatal Flow music hits, and Foley Hanley and Lanny Reed make their way out to confront Zaria and Thea Hill. All through, Thea Hill looks to team up with Zaria. Zaria blindsides Thea Hill with an F5 and of anger for losing to her. We didn't get Jesse James, but we did get Foley Hanley and Lanny Reed, so that's all I gotta say. We then head backstage where Lexis King, Ariana Grace, and Shannon Stacks Lorenzo approach Charlie Dixon looking for a word with him. As Charlie Dixon speaks with Kendall Gray and Winston Clare. Let's move on. It says, back at ringside, Andre Chase makes his way down. Keanu Carver follows. So we get the main event of the evening. So we get Keanu Carver versus Andre Chase in a NXT Championship ladder match qualifier. And this match right here, I ain't even gonna lie. This was a not squash. This was a quick main event match for what it was. Andre Chase got destroyed, and that's all I gotta say. The bell rings and Chase rocks Carver with a boot. Carver runs over Chase, then fires off shoulders on his midsection and dumps him out of the ring. Carver rips off Chase face mask and sends him crashing into the ring apron. Then uses the ring post to cinch in a crossface on Chase and dumps him back in the ring. Carver delivers a knee to Chase's throat, but Chase fires off kicks on the back of Carver's thigh and sets up for a Russian leg sweep on Carver. He lands a tornado DDT on Carver and lands a crossbody on him off the top rope. Then goes for a pin, but Carver kicks out. Carver sends Chase crashing into the ring apron spine first, but Chase sends himself and Carver crashing over the announcer desk. Carver quickly recovers and sends Chase crashing into the announcer desk spine first. He gets Chase back in the ring and deliver a running power slam to Chase for the win. The winner of the match, Keanu Carver. This was a quick main event match, but Keanu Carver destroyed Andre Chase, and that's all I gotta say. It says after the match, Keanu Carver sends Chase into the exposed bottom turnbuckle, and then in the ring post, Carver then grabs a microphone and says he's going to take out the field in the NXT Championship ladder match next week. And it says Championship ladder match next week. He dares anyone who has something to say to meet him in the ring. Alright, so we get the competitors next week's NXT Championship ladder match meets one another in the ring. Alright, and this was a quick segment, I believe. Yeah, this was a quick segment. Charlotte Hill says, "Wow, what Carver just did to Andre Chase might scare some people. He's not, because it reminds him of his roots and roots in the woods." Deion Leonard interviews and says Darkseid has been taking out everyone, and Shawn Legacy tries to say that why is the new guy. He has the new guy. He's been working hard and has nothing to lose. He says the NXT Championship ladder match is the biggest opportunity of his life. But Justin Drake says Shawn Legacy will choke next week, and says he's calculated. He says Joe Hendry. She says everyone in the ring will be able to say that they were a part of his history, and when they watch it, and then they watch him become the youngest double champion in WWE history. It says Ricky Saints music hits, and he makes his way out with a ladder in hand. They set up the ladder and climb it. As he says, the view from the top of the ladder is beautiful. He says he sees a lot of potential in the future, in the future champion and champion in the ring. But they're the seeds who have not sprouted yet. While he is the rose, he says he's obviously built to be like 2-time NXT champion. But Carver says everyone is doing too much talking. Shawn Legacy and Drake began brawling with one another. Shawn Legacy delivers a Spanish Fly to Drake and sends him crashing out of the ring. As Keanu Carver, I'm sorry. Deion Leonard and Charlotte Hill brawl with one another. Carver dumps Charlotte Hill and Deion Leonard out of the ring, but Ricky Saints levels Carver with a ladder and extends to the top. Before he can grab the NXT Championship belt from above the ring, Joe Hendry music hits and he makes his way out. He takes out Ricky Saints. But Carver sneaks up behind Joe Hendry and levels him with a running power slam. Carver stands tall above everyone else and stares at the NXT Championship as the show goes off the air. Alright, let me give my honest opinion when I think about WWE NXT. Now WWE NXT was a way better show than last week's show. Now the first two matches were good until the rest of the hour went downhill. And that's all I gotta say. But the rest of the show this NXT show was way better than last week's NXT show. And that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, if you guys made it far by watching if you guys made it far to my WWE NXT review and highlights, thank you guys so much for watching the entire video from the beginning to the end of my WWE NXT review and highlights. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling review content I do on the channel. Follow all my socials down below in the description, and go check out my WWE Raw review and highlights that I post on the channel. And I will see you guys tomorrow for my AEW Dynamite review and highlights. This your boy B-Boy Snatch 90 TV, aka Wakanda Snatch One, because I got playing around. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kids, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And thank you guys so much for coming out to my WWE NXT watching on live reaction party live on Twitch. And that's all I gotta say from here. So stay too sweet. Have a great night. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang.